Released in May 2016, Uncharted 4 received critical acclaim for its story, visuals, and gameplay. Packed with breathtaking visuals, heart-pounding action, and unforgettable moments, we are taken on a journey exploring the long-lost colony of Libertalia. The combat is more dynamic and visceral than ever, with strategic gameplay and the clever use of the environment to outsmart the enemies. Whether you are engaging in fighting, executing stealth takedowns, or using the grappling hook for daring aerial attacks, the game managed to keep you on the edge of your seat. How did Uncharted 4 manage to deliver such intense combat? The journey kicks off after Sam convinced Nathan to join him in searching for Libertalia, the utopian pirate colony founded by infamous pirate Henry Avery and his cohorts. In a series of globe-trotting escapades, Nathan, Sam and Sully follow clues left by Avery and the other pirates. Their hunt leads them to various exotic and dangerous locations, each offering a piece of the puzzle. Locations include Italy, Scotland, and Madagascar. At each of these locations, they have to brave numerous challenges, puzzles, and combat scenarios. Combat in the first three installments of Uncharted were heavily scripted. NPCs was assigned to a location called a zone. Each zone housed one NPC. The NPC will only fight from the assigned zone. A zone can be moved and the NPC will follow. Hidden deep in the jungles of Madagascar, Libertalia is revealed. Ravaged by greed and internal conflict, the once glorious colony is now in ruins. The journey to Libertalia is a thrilling and emotional ride that combines intense action, intricate puzzles, and rich storytelling. The approach to combat in Uncharted 4 divided the NPCs into combat layers or roles. This helped all the NPCs not bundling up at one location. These roles are ambushers, defenders, and engagers. Ambushers would select a location 20 meters in front of the player and pop out if the player is close. Defenders would guard their assigned location, stopping the players advancing. Engagers will attack the player in close proximity. Uncharted 4 introduced a more systemic approach to combat mixed with scripting to enhance the level designer's intent in each level. The zone was replaced with a hardpoint. Similar to a zone, in that the NPC will only fight from the hardpoint, a hardpoint can host more than one NPC. A hardpoint also covers a lot more real estate marked by a static mesh. This allows the NPC to move around within range of the hardpoint. Assignments to hardpoints is managed by a manager called the Hardpoint Coordinator. Based on rules defined in a config file and the minimum and maximum values of each hardpoint, NPCs will be assigned to hardpoints. NPC assignment would be up to each hardpoint's minimum value. Once all hardpoints have been assigned NPCs, NPCs will be assigned to each hardpoint up to their respective maximum value. Role assignment is also managed. The manager responsible is called the Encounter Coordinator. This is also based on rules defined in a config file. Defenders are assigned to hardpoints. NPCs can request a different role, but the Encounter Coordinator has the final say, based on criteria like distance to player, line of sight, etc. Following a similar approach in your own game can make for a much more engaging experience. Here is a C++ implementation of a hardpoint and a hardpoint manager in Unreal Engine. The spawner on the right starts to spawn NPCs. The hardpoint manager then assigns each NPC to a hardpoint. It starts with the hardpoint in the middle of the map, then the one at the top, and finally the one closest to the spawner. Once the hardpoint has reached its minimum value, the hardpoint manager will reassign additional NPCs from one hardpoint to another until all hardpoints have reached their respective maximum values. Doing so, the NPCs always push forward towards the player. Every time an NPC dies, a new NPC will be pushed to the hardpoint losing NPCs. How was this created? We start with creating a hardpoint actor in C++. The header file contains two blueprint callable functions named add agent and remove agent. Properties min agents, max agents, and radius of type float, and a NPC controller array named agents. In the code file, we implement the functions. The add agent function will add the new agent to the agents array if the max agents value has not been exceeded. The remove function will remove the old agent from the agents array. The add agents functions will return true if the new agent was added to the agents array. Back in Unreal Engine, after all is compiled, create a blueprint actor of type hardpoint. Add a sphere collision and set the radius equal to the radius property in the construction script. Make sure there is no collision on the sphere, as the sphere is only for design purposes. Add the hardpoint to the map and adjust radius as needed. Next is the spawner. Create a spawner actor in C++. Start in the header file with a function named spawn NPC that will return an actor of type NPC character. In the code file, add a reference to the gameplay statics header file. In the implementation of spawn NPC, add a variable of type fActorSpawn parameters. Set the spawn collision handling override to always spawn. Add a transform variable and set it to the transform of the spawn actor. Add a vector variable and set it to the transform location plus an offset on the z-axis of 97. This will ensure the spawned NPC is on top of the level floor. Set the transform location equal to the new location. Spawn the actor using both the transform and the spawn parameters. Return the spawned actor. To make the spawner more flexible, add a T subclass of NPC character property to the header file that is blueprint read only. Use the new property in the spawn NPC function. This will allow you to spawn any character derived from NPC character. Now we get to the hardpoint manager. Create a manager of type game instance subsystem. Using subsystems is a more structured approach to creating managers. In the header file, add a hardpoint array variable. Add blueprint functions to add and remove hardpoints. In the code file, add the new hardpoint to the hardpoint array in the add hardpoint function. Remove the old hardpoint from the hardpoint array in the remove hardpoint function. In the header file, add a set spawn point function. Add a spawn point variable, which will be the default spawn point used by the hardpoint manager. In the code file, the implementation of the set spawn point will set up the spawn point variable. Back in the header file, add a fTimer handle variable. Add a spawn timer elapse function. Add a initialize function that is public and blueprint callable. Add a float variable that is blueprint accessible to set the timer interval. In the code file, set the timer in the initialize function. In the spawn timer elapse function, create a for loop that will step through the hardpoint array, spawn a new NPC, and assign the hardpoint to the controller of the new NPC. Back in Unreal Engine, open the level blueprint. Add the hardpoints to the hardpoint manager. Add the spawner to the hardpoint manager and initialize. The hardpoint manager now spawns NPCs and assigns each a hardpoint. Combine this with cover movement and circle strafing for a more intense combat experience in your game. Do you find this helpful? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.